Welcome back, everybody. Just want to invite you to start taking some deep breaths into your belly. So, if you're not sure if you're doing belly breathing, put your hand on your belly and see if the belly moves outwards in front of you. And as I breathe out, my hand is moving towards my spine. If you're comfortable and able to make sound on the exhale, I invite you to go at your own pace with your own breath, breathing into the belly. Nah, making sound or a sigh on the exhale. Sighing or sounding on the exhale, if you want to do that, it can really be a sign to your nervous system that we're just allowing things to settle. We're creating this sense of safety, of calm, activating that parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest nervous system. Nah. And maybe while you're doing that, you get a sense of like a tight jaw. I often notice throughout the day that I'm clenching my jaw. And just invite you to, if it feels good and you want to massage your face, your jaw, opening your mouth up wide. I also notice a lot of like sinus pressure lately. So maybe it feels good to massage your temples, your forehead, and then like below your eyes, pushing on these sinus pressure points, maybe on the eyebrows. That often feels good. Just giving yourself some loving touch. Mm, maybe if you're like most humans, you may hold tension in your shoulders. Just seeing if you can kind of give yourself some love there. Maybe the upper arms, maybe the pec muscles in the front of your chest. Maybe even just you see what feels good to you, but I find that a little bit of like closed fist, gentle pounding can kind of feel good. Wake up the body. And then switching sides, using your other hand, massage that shoulder, maybe using your range of motion to be able to kind of get in there. And obviously, as always, if you have physical limitations or something isn't feeling good, trust your own intuitive sense of things, both with the physical stuff, but also with the meditation guidance. Always lean into trusting your own inner voice over my voice or any other teacher for that matter. I welcome you to trust your inner guidance. And if you're able to give your legs some attention too, I find this kind of like massaging of the calves. I feel like for most people, touch is there's so much lack in our culture. And especially if you're not in partnership or in a relationship, it can be hard to get the touch needs met. Switching to the other leg. And giving your feet some love. Mm. All the while kind of staying in tune with what you're noticing about your own body. Okay. Now, if you want to do cat cow on your hands and knees, go ahead. I'm just going to do it from a seated position. So I'm going to breathe out and arch my back, chin down towards the chest. And then when I breathe in, going to open up the chest and the heart space, arching my back in the opposite direction. So there's a spinal extension, and then bending forward into spinal flexion. Maybe while you're down in spinal flexion, maybe it feels good to um, move your body from side to side. You can kind of get at those lateral, those side back muscles a little bit. Coming back into extension and just following your own breath now. So breathing out, where you're squishing the belly, squishing the lungs, and then breathing in where everything can open up, expand, going at your own pace now. Going at the pace of your own breath. Maybe even closing your eyes. So you can really tune into that spinal flexion and extension. And coming to stillness, allowing the eyes to close and just feeling the spine, feeling the upright spine. Imagining with your chin slightly tucked that there's a string going from the top, the crown, sort of like the back half of the top of your head. There's just a string. Just imagine that string, almost like a marionette um, string pulling upward on the crown of the head, so that the spine is elongated. There's this uprightness, an easeful uprightness in the posture. Most of us get used to like slouching during the day, kind of like shoulders forward, slouch. So we're not pushing anything, we're not overextending ourselves. There's just an invitation to imagine this upward force, this upward gentle pulling on the spine, easeful. Tune into the belly, see if you're still allowing the belly to expand with the in breath. And softening with the out breath. Leaning into using what the breath is already doing, which is when we breathe out, the body naturally softens. So see if you can notice the softening of the body. Might be subtle if there's a lot of rigidity, if there's a lot of tightness or stress. So we're just inviting the body to soften with the out breath, which it's already doing, and we're just kind of paying attention to it. You might notice how the shoulders rise subtly with the in breath and then they soften downward with the out breath. Maybe just tune into your shoulders for a few of these deep breaths. And moving the body in any other way that it wants to move to get comfortable. And eventually finding the position that you want to sit in. We're going to start with toning, which is usually easier sitting in a chair or on a cushion. But if your body is really telling you to lay down today for the toning part, do that. Or if toning, making sound doesn't feel aligned for you today, then listen to that. There's no forcing, no pushing. We do plenty of that already. Seeing if you can kind of notice any pressuring, any self pressuring you're doing. And for this time that we're together, seeing if you can notice that habit, witness it, and maybe lay it aside. Just noticing if there's a pressuring arising, noticing, letting it be, seeing if this can be an easeful time for you, time to nourish and nurture yourself, not a time to push or strive. So, with toning, can be a really nice way to drop into the body more deeply. I personally find it to be very soothing, although that wasn't my experience when I first started practicing because I had a lot of stress around my own voice, I had some childhood trauma around using my voice. So if you notice that's true for you, and you notice it's hard to like sing or make sound or even speak sometimes, yeah, just invite you to be really loving and sensitive with yourself. And toning can be a lovely way to just start practice using your voice, especially if if you've got some trauma around it, doing it when you're by yourself, when you don't have to worry about other people hearing you. So you tune into whether you want to tone today or simply imagine the sound in your body. We're going to start with the sound of ah. And I would just invite you to notice where in your body are you feeling the ah. These sounds or tones or syllables, ultimately in Sanskrit, are designed. It's this truly the language of Sanskrit is amazing. It's designed to wake you up. It's designed to enhance consciousness. The yogis, it's so complex. The yogis, we're in this self-study, this self-awareness practice of how certain practices like asana, the movements of yoga, but also the sounds of yoga alter states of consciousness and can raise states of consciousness. So it's pretty cool technology, actually. So the invitation is to maybe see if you can notice any worries or concerns about the actual sound coming out, And then see if you can, rather than paying so much attention to the sound, pay attention to the feeling in your body, the literal vibration that occurs through the magic of your own voice, moving and vibrating the cells of the body. See if you can tune into that more subtle kinesthetic sensation of sound. Um, yeah, so we're gonna tone ah many, many times. You can either tone with me or at your own pace, whatever you prefer. And if for whatever reason you're at work or it's not feeling aligned to make sound today, just simply imagine the sound of ah in your mind and in your body. So I'm going to take a breath in, and then on the exhale, I'll begin to tone. And we'll do this, for a couple of minutes, and then we'll shift to another tone. When I come to silence, I am going to not say anything. And what I'd invite you to do is come to silence as well and just notice what you notice. It can be very subtle, but just see what you notice in this time after we make sound, after we vibrate the body with sound. The silence can just be so precious. So just see what you notice in the silence. Just be with the silence. Um, and then I'll cue you to the next sound that we're going to make. So whenever you're ready, breathing in. Ah, 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 ah. Deep belly breath in between sounds. Ah, ah, ah. Using your diaphragm to make the sound. So you're breathing into the belly, filling up the belly, and then the abdomen contracts very slowly with the exhale, giving the momentum to the sound, tuning into the vibration of the sound. Ah, ah, ah. Relax your face, relax your shoulders. Ah, Ah. Last one. Ah. Next sound is ooh, ooh, ooh. Seeing when you tone ooh, where are you feeling the vibration in your body? Really feeling the resonance of your own voice vibrating your own body. Whenever you're ready, going at your own pace, tuning into ooh, 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 ooh. Last one. Ooh. Next sound is mm. So lips are together. Mm, like the M sound. Again, invite you to feel the vibration of the sound of mm. See where you feel it in your body. Notice the vibration of that sound in your body. Breathing in at your own pace. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Last one. Mm. Noticing how you feel. Noticing any sensations in the body. And this next and final sound, we're going to put all three together. Ah, ooh, mm, ah, and each syllable will be drawn out. Again, invitation to go at your own pace. And this one, I'll cue you when we're on our last one, and then we'll go into silence together, into a silent meditation practice. And I will offer some guidance, but I want you to get to experience the silence right after the aum, just to be able to notice what that's like in your own being without any talking. So, noticing again, where and how do these sounds feel as they vibrate through your being? Aum, breathing in. Um, ah, ah, Uh, 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 um, Next one. Uh, Now imagining that you can withdraw your awareness, drawing in your awareness. So beginning with your left toes, just feeling your left toes and imagining that you're pulling your energy up through that left foot, moving your awareness up the left calf and shin, left knee. You're just imagining that your energy is being pulled inward from the foot and calf and knee, now up into the left thigh, left pelvis. Now moving your awareness to the right toes, right foot, right heel, right ankle, right calf, right shin, right knee. Energy moving up the leg, withdrawing it as you go into yourself. Energy up the right thigh, right buttocks, right pelvis, to where the energy that you've been pulling from the left leg meets with the right leg in the area of the genitals, sacrum, bottom of your spine, and imagining gathering your energy from that low spine and pelvis area, moving your awareness up the core, withdrawing your energy moving your awareness up through all the organs, up through the mid chest, ribs, lungs, heart. Awareness moving up to the throat, gathering energy at the throat. And now imagining both of your hands and imagining energy withdrawing from the fingers, wrists, forearms, upper arms, shoulders, meeting at the throat. Energy moving up the throat, neck, back of the head, ears, chin, nose, mouth, cheeks, coming to focus all your energy, all your awareness on the third eye, this space right between your eyebrows, just above your nose, the bridge of your nose. Gathering your awareness here and imagining that you can breathe in through your third eye, through this energetic center between your eyebrows. Breathing it in, energy focused here. Breathing in and out through the third eye. Just imagining that. And beginning to notice the sound of your own breath as you breathe in and out. Tune into what it sounds like in your own head as you breathe in and out through the third eye. You might hear the sound as something like so, hum, or maybe hung so. Just hearing what your breath sounds like to you and imagining syllables that go along with what your breath sounds like to you. And then if you want, you can use that as a mantra. It might be so on the in breath, hum on the out breath. Some people feel like it sounds like hung on the in breath, so on the out breath. See what it sounds like to you. And if you want, you can use this mantra as a way to link you up with the present moment. Just another tool, giving the mind something to do. Or maybe it feels better to just listen to your own breath rather than having a mantra. Perhaps you're someone who's more kinesthetic, more touch oriented. And maybe then you're noticing the sensations of breath, either at the third eye or wherever the breath is most accessible to you. So tuning in to how is it easiest for me today to connect with the breath, which in turn is connecting with the present moment. Breath is now, right now. So as you tune into either the breath or the sound or the mantra or the sensation of breath, noticing that the mind will do what the mind does and it will lure you away from the present moment. So when you notice that, no biggie. Just come back to this link, this connection inside of you to the present moment, your own precious breath. Seeing how connected you can stay to your own breath, even amidst maybe noticing the mind, the thoughts, the judgments, perhaps noticing emotions, maybe body sensations, all the phenomena of being a human, passing through your awareness, seeing if you can connect to that part of you that is witnessing all of it, witnessing all of being you right now, witnessing and seeing if you can allow yourself to just be as you are, noticing where you're resisting how it is right now. Maybe a story you're telling yourself that it should be different. Maybe you're believing your mind should be quiet. And just noticing that moment to moment, experience is shifting all the time. And you are also the witness. You are in the seat of awareness, perhaps connected to the breath at this third eye center. Invite you to tone again once more, this time allowing the aum to become om. 3 ohms, completing our time together. Breathing in. Oh. 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 May the fruits of our practice today spread outwards in all directions and help to end the suffering of all beings everywhere. invite you to whisper or imagine into your own hands your wishes, your prayers, your heart's longing for yourself, for the world, for loved ones, for the planet. Whisper them in, imagine them into your hands, blow them into your hands, and then blow them out into the universe, sharing your blessings, your prayer with the universe. Mm. Out to each one of you. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with yourself, to go inward, to practice just being, to it's quite radical in this time, in this culture, to just be. Plenty of doing happening, maybe not quite enough being. Mm.